I'm currently working on what I decided would be a 7th tulip for this Christmas wreath ball polystyrene drawing. I primarily drew the tulips during the morning hours after I had what was essentially 3 muffins/cupcakes with brown sugar on them. And some applesauce that Dad's mom made. The other day. Yesterday. I also primarily drew in the tulips in the hours after I had lunch, which consisted of some hot dogs and potato salad. Around 3:30 p.m. And then around 4 p.m. I had some skinny popcorn with Dad sharing with me some of that popcorn. When he had some of that bag that he got during a trip to Wegmans he made for groceries, roughly from 2 to 3 p.m. I recall around 5 p.m. I fell asleep and ended up sleeping until about 8 p.m. This happened on a day I went to bed around 3:30 in the morning and then woke up naturally around 9:30 in the morning. When I fell asleep around 5 p.m., I recall first getting up I think around 7:30. That's when I first woke up. And then I fell back asleep. And I think I woke up around 8:30 p.m. And then that's when I got up. Regarding the tulips, while drawing their petals, generally what I do is a mix between freehanding the petals and following reference images. That I find while searching tulip top view on Bing Images. There are tulips that I drew during the morning hours and tulips that I drew during the evening hours. What's important when it comes to drawing these tulips is that they look like tulips and that they're all a little different from each other. And that they're distributed across the polystyrene ball with a good density. At this time, I've got a bit of a choice between either spending New Year's with my dad or my mom. My mom and my dad live pretty close to each other, so it would just be a relatively short drive to either of their places. Could go either way, though. For now, I'm leaning towards spending the New Year's with my dad. And historically, I've spent the New Year with my dad more often than my mom. I've spent Halloween with my mom more often than my dad. I might want to stay with Dad, and he could get a pizza and wings from a place, rather than go to the Dakota for some karaoke. On that day/night, I wouldn't really be able to work on my polystyrene projects at karaoke place. Since a lot might be going on, concerns that a drink could be spilled on the project, but I'm not 100% sure yet on the decision. Ultimately, I'll make that decision when the time comes for it. The buns for the hot dogs weren't really buns. They were kind of more like these elongated dinner rolls that you cut open with a knife. And the reason why one of the buns looked the way it did was, while trying to cut one of these rolls, Dad kind of accidentally broke it. And so a quarter section of it was kind of ripped off, in a sort of sense, or sliced off. It looks more like it. But yeah, that's how the hot dog buns were prepared. Ketchup was put on the hot dogs by default, since I always like having ketchup on hot dogs. And when Dad asked if I wanted any relish, I said yes, because lately I've gotten to like relish. Don't know how recently it was, could be a year ago, but yeah. Relish is pretty good on hot dogs too. And I'm currently working on getting the necessary workshops to be able to complete this side quest. I've been spending the whole day essentially upgrading the workshops.